fallen majestic in the wind against the clear Malayan skies. The tree of beauty, the tree of wealth. This is the Prince of Palms. On the sandy stretches of Malaya stand the coconut palms, sheltering in their long shadows the men and women who live by the harvest of these bountiful trees. A child is born, and the proud father, true to the custom of his land, plants a coconut seed, a symbol of life and growth, and of prosperity to come in his son's generation. And so the palm grows, every year bringing new lines of beauty, new wonder to the eye. After 7 long years, it stands tall and proud among its fellows, ready to yield its first harvest to the reaper who comes with his ring of rope and an ancient skill. In the villages, monkeys are often trained to pluck the nuts, serving a master too old to scramble up as he used to do, for the tree will continue to yield for 60 years. The man with the rope ring is a better reaper, but on the large coconut estates a quicker method still is needed. Here the great bunches are cut from the ground, with knives balanced by steady hands on the ends of long poles. A dangerous occupation? No, they say. Coconuts have eyes and can see where they're going. While the nuts crash all around them, the huskers remove the light fibrous covering with amazing speed and skill. The fibre itself has a dozen uses, but the nut is the main produce. Oil from its kernel is the tree's chief wealth. In canal boats, steered by ebony-skinned gondoliers, or in trucks harnessed to tractors, the half coconuts are carried while still fresh to be smoked and dried. As the transports come in, the smokehouses are prepared. Empty coconut shells provide a slow-burning, smoky fuel. And above them, the nuts are spread for 3 days until the last drop of moisture has gone. It's easy now to slip-eyed kernel, or copra as it's called, for the flesh has dried and shrunk away from the shell. Soon the copra is in the mill and on the way to the crushers where the coconut oil is squeezed out. Even the waste has a use. It's pressed into oil cake or punak, a rich food for livestock and poultry, and cheap enough for most farmers to afford. Oil pours out from the crusher, clear and rich in food value. It's canned in big tins for local use and in 40-gallon drums for export. Malaya rolls out more than 70,000 tons every year, the bulk of it carried in tankers to feed the factories of the 5 continents. The oil is used in countless ways, for deep frying and other types of cooking, for lighting lamps in homes and temples as offerings to the gods, for soap making, for hair lotion and creams, for coconut oil shampoo for a lady's curls, and for making margarine and other nourishing foods. Back at the groves, another harvest is being reaped. Toddy, from the unopened flowers. Toddy is a mild liquor and a food in itself if taken fresh from the tree, but it ferments quickly and can prove harmful in quantity. If the pot is lined with chalk, the liquid remains sweet, and from this sweet toddy, gula melaka is made, the rich brown sugar like caramel or maple syrup. The bud is first tied firmly to prevent its opening. Then the end is cut and a small splinter inserted to guide the liquid into the pot. Easy? Yes. But if you want toddy, you get no coconuts, for the flowers cannot fruit. The leaves, like long, graceful feathers, have their uses too. The big rib or backbone makes good fuel, and the small ribs are sliced into sticks to be used for a number of things, from brooms to satay. Satay, a delicacy of spicy meat, would cost more if each of these sticks it is grilled on had to be cut from wood. After a hard day's work in the sun, there's nothing like a long, cool drink. The tree provides for that too, and in plenty. It's sweet and refreshing, and costs almost nothing. After that cooling off, now for a quick snack. A few strokes with the parang, and luncheon is served. The flesh of the young coconut looks like jelly and tastes, well, there's nothing quite like it. The ripe nut, hard and crisp, is scraped in every Malayan household into fine flakes for curries and sauces, sweets and desserts. No part of this generous palm is useless. The nuts give pleasure as well as food, and the shells make a host of fancy goods in the hands of a craftsman. And even the humble husk can be shaped and trimmed and carved for amusement and decoration. But the husk is useful too. Village people, doing everything by hand and using simple tools, make a living by cleaning and pulling the fibre for mattress makers and rope makers and for stuffing upholstery. Has a score of uses, both both domestic and commercial, and the demand for it is growing as people learn new ways of dealing with it, such as making mats and rugs, for instance. A truly miraculous tree, versatile, all-providing. Even when it falls, it still can serve. There is no end to the story. The coconut palm outlives most men and serves 2 and sometimes 3 generations. Its majesty, its grace, its splendor and wealth make it no less than the Prince of Palm.